Alright, I did want to finish the series up and offer some other informational sources that are going to incredibly support this date here of 36,288 BC that I have come up with using my understanding of what I believe I've discovered as the Hebrew World Age, and then we have compared that to the Mayan World Age. First and foremost, you have to understand that both world ages are identical in their ideologies. That the world ages, they end with destruction, but yet are symbolic of renewal. And that this destruction, believe it or not, is based upon the symbol of a serpent. Now, we know that the Mayan venerate the serpent, okay, Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, but at the same time, the serpent is definitely a symbol of destruction and renewal all tied into one. Now, we have this identical conception or conceptual view of the serpent in the Hebrew Bible. If you look at the book of Revelation and you look, I think it's in chapter 20. If it's not chapter 20, it's in the very end of Revelation. It's concerning the kingdom age. And you're going to find out that this serpent is, in a sense, causing this judgment upon the world. And then the serpent is locked up for 1,000 years, and that's what the Bible is going to term this kingdom age. Well, I've already done many videos that describes this kingdom age is not for us. It's not as you would see. But the point I'm trying to make here between the correlation between the Mayan and the Hebrew is that the serpent once again is let loose. That we have this destruction, and then we have the re-emergence or the reappearance after the destruction of the serpent again, and the whole thing cyclically starts all over. Alright? So in the other videos, what I've done is I've taken my understanding of precession, and I've used precession as the backdrop for the understanding of the world ages. And 72 becomes the magic number. We base that upon the precessional cycle. I've already explained all this in the other videos. So we have two world ages that end up being not only similar or almost exact in their ideologies concerning the world age, but at the same time they are almost exact in their numbers. I mean, I'm only 425 years off, and we're talking 25,000 years. That is basically a bullseye right there. We got a bullseye. Okay, so we're talking about the exact same thing. And like I said, if you don't believe me, check Revelation and the understanding of the serpent and its eventual demise, and then it's rebirthed and loosed once again. Same thing concerning the world age ideologies. Alright, so I don't think that there's any question that we have the same world age. Now, if we want to talk more similarities, we could talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, and then we have 12 times 12,000 of each tribe equals 144,000. Now, that's a very, very important number. It has a lot to do with frequency, which I've already talked about. But what we're going to talk about now is how it once again relates to the Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar has a tie-up with the number 144,000. It's very, very important. 144,000 is representative of a Baktun. And we have a Baktun is once again 12 times 12,000 equals 144,000 days. Now 144,000 days just so happens to equal 394 years. 394 years is an exact Baktun. So what we're dealing with now is we're dealing with the 13th Baktun. Now, if you want to understand the Mayan calendar, this is our representation of the world age that we're in right now. This is the Mayan world age, and this is a representation of the Hebrew world age. This is the 13th Baktun. I told you Samson in the book of Judges is represented as the 13th judge of Israel. And I told you that Samson is also representing these beings that are under the earth, these descendants of the fallen sons of God, and there's our 13th Baktun, and then Samson, the 13th judge. I'll come back and explain the other independent information.